All right, happy Friday, everyone. I hope your day is off to a great start. I'm hopping on a couple minutes late because my printer was acting up. In fact, we must have had a power surge is all I can think of because it's now offline. And I finally, just in the nick of time, got it online to print out my notes for today. So yay about that. Praying for everyone who is being affected by this hurricane. I did a check-in this morning with all of our friends, hi Francis, and family that we were concerned about, and I've heard back from everyone but one, and I know that they are in a really hard hit area of Florida, so I am continuing to pray that they are fine and hope that I hear from them soon. Yeah, but we're doing fine so far. They expected 5 to 6 inches of rain. So far, we've gotten about 3 inches, just a steady rain starting last night. Supposed to go on through the next 24 hours. So we'll see what we end up with. It could be that much, but it's a pretty slow rain. And it seems to be soaking in really well. My daughter's out driving on the highways and she said they're flooded in some areas. She had to go to work today. So I know that there are some concerns out there, but from right where we are good. We haven't had any of the high winds that they expected. Thank you, Lois. Hi, Sharon. Although I hear they can still come. They can come on the tail end of this. So we'll see. It could be 45 to 65 mile an hour winds is what they were predicting. Thank you so much for sharing, Sharon. I really appreciate that. So we'll see. We have about another 24 to 48 hours to see what happens, but so far so good, and I'm just thankful, and like I said, praying for everyone else who may not be as fortunate as we are right now with this storm. Today is Friday, September 27th, 2024. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 27 years, and I love what I do. I am here coming to you from Middle Tennessee to help you learn about card making and paper crafting and now scrapbooking because we've added that to our repertoire. I just have a passion for all of that. I want to share that with you. I want to give you tips and tricks that make it easier and more fun for you. And I want to encourage you to send out your beautiful creations and share them with others. Please give me a hello in the comments if you're watching. Hi, Penny. I see you are on. Glad you are here. Let me know if you're watching. I love to know when you stop by. And if you're watching on the replay later, let me know that also. As always, I will be drawing from all of the comments entered today through tomorrow midnight. Hi, Karen. Glad you're here. And drawing from all of those comments to give away the card we make today. So please leave your comments. I love to hear from you. As many as you want. Each comment counts as an entry. And if you can share, I might get distracted. I have 3 little squirrels that keep hopping by my window the last couple days. I don't know why, but I've never seen them like that before, but they do distract me. Sorry. In fact, like, where was I? If you can share my video to a crafty group, your homepage, a crafty friend, anywhere that you can share. Oh, sunny and beautiful in Iowa, Karen. That sounds nice. I know Wisconsin, my sister said they're having beautiful weather too. Not so beautiful here, but we needed the rain. Anyway, if you share my video, I'll try to stay on track, guys. Sorry. If you share my video, let me know and I will give you a bonus entry for the card we are making today. Congratulations to the winner of my last card, Margot Rantanen. Margot, you won the card from the sketch challenge that I did last time, and that is on its way to you in the mail, so enjoy. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's take you down to my table. You'll see my rainy outside out there. Pretty drizzly, but not complaining because it could be so much worse, right? I'm going to come here onto my page and make sure I am up and running where I should be and how I should be, and it looks darn good, so we are good there. This is me, Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. You can find me on YouTube under my name, Maureen Ralphus, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. If you do shop with me in the month of September, which is rapidly drawing to a close, please use my hostess code. It is on the screen right now. It is pinned to the top of my Facebook page. It is under the Shop Now tab on my blog. And it is at the end of every email I send out. So just look for that if you need it. I appreciate when you use that code. It gives me the most benefit for your order and allows me to give the most back to you. If your order is over $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax, then don't use that code because you will earn hostess rewards and I want you to get those. No cards to share today, so I'm just going to move this out of the way. My monthly free virtual card class, you have just a few more days to earn that. So through the end of the month on Monday, if you place at least a $50 order, you will earn three free card kits from me. If it's $75 or over, you'll get those 3 free card kits plus a bonus project. $100 or over, we'll get those 3 free card kits, a bonus project, and a half a pack of an embellishment. So whatever your highest order is for the month, that is the kit you are going to receive. I only send out 1 kit per person. All smaller orders that don't reach the $50 level will still receive a handmade thank you card from me, and all of them are entered in my monthly drawing where I give away 3 prizes from all of the orders that were put in. But these only count if you use my hostess code online and order, and again, if your order is over $150, then I will still count it even though you don't use the hostess code. Hope that makes sense. All of the kits are being put together this weekend. I hope to get them out in the mail Monday so that you will have them on time for the class on Monday, October 7th. That should work. Usually they get there within that week. If not, for some reason, my class is on Monday, October 7th at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. It is right here on this Facebook page. Anyone can watch it. It is free for everyone to watch and get ideas from. If you have the kits, you can craft along. Or if you don't have your kits yet, just go ahead, watch the video if you want, and then you can come back and watch it later. It'll be saved in my videos. Just go to the top of the screen, find the videos, and it'll be on that date, saved under that. So you can watch it later and put your cards together. I mentioned scrapbooking. Stampin' Up! Has expanded our scrapbooking products extensively. You know that Close to My Heart went out of business early this year, and we had a ton of Close to My Heart makers come on over to be Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. And as part of that, we're incorporating much more scrapbooking into our whole product line. So if you go online and look at our products, you can see all of the new scrapbooking products out there. We do not have a printed brochure at this time, but there will be more introduced in the spring catalog and more in the annual catalog. So they're just going to be coming, but you can find everything online. World Card Making Day coming up fast, October 5th. If you want to be a part of that, Stampin' Up! Is doing a 1-hour presentation on some fun card making ideas. All you have to do is sign up. You can just go to StampinUp.com, and at the top you're going to see a banner similar to this scrolling by, and it'll give you a link where you can sign up. Even if you can't sign up for some reason or you can't watch that day, I think they will be doing a replay link if you've signed up, I'm pretty sure. But they will be sending out a small gift to everyone who registers. So I'd say go ahead and register for it, whether or not you can watch it online, live. Okay, didn't print any colored pictures because my printer was acting up again. But we did have a clearance rack refresh. There is still a ton of wonderful products out there at up to 60% off, which is a great deal. So check it out. When you go to shop, just click on the clearance link, or under the specials link, you'll find clearance, or just click on the products, shop all products, and it'll show you all the newest ones first. So you'll get to see what was out there. As well as we have a special for Paper Pumpkin. And I showed you our last Paper Pumpkin kit last time, and it was amazing. And this one looks to be even more beautiful. This Paper Pumpkin kit this time coordinates with our Bird Designer Series paper. And the name of that is currently eluding me. I don't know why. Nests of Winter, maybe. I think that might be what it is. But it is beautiful. It looks to be fantastic. And if you are a brand new subscriber, or if you have an email you haven't used to subscribe with before and want to subscribe again and try us, go ahead and use that new email and set up a new account. You can get 40% off your first kit. So just go to paperpumpkin.com, go ahead and sign up for a subscription, put in the code HOLIDAY40, and it might prompt you there too. I'm thinking it might, but it's HOLIDAY40, holiday all in capital letters and the number 40, and you will get 40% off your first kit. You must subscribe by October 10th because that's when the subscription period for this ends. And be sure to choose me, Maureen Rolfes, as your demonstrator. That would be awesome. Okay. Sketch challenge. We have a bunch of entries out there. 4 or 5 of you already entered. I would love to see more. It is so fun to see what you guys come up with these sketch challenges. And I know the people who participate love to see what everyone comes up with. So if you have a few minutes this weekend, go ahead, pull out this sketch challenge. It's pinned to the top of my Facebook page. Go ahead and look at it, make a card any way you want, loosely using that sketch, and post it there in that post in the comments for a chance to win a fun prize. I will be drawing for a prize on October 1st because this ends on September 30th. So you have a few more days. Hope you join us. Annual catalog still going strong. We're going to scoot it over. I'm going to show you quite a few things today, and so I hope you stick with me. But I am going to show you what I'm using a little bit in my project later because I want you to see that. Even though we're going to start out by looking at a scrapbook kit, I am going to be playing with the Reindeer Days Designer Series paper on page 27 of our catalog. It is beautiful paper, and I'm going to show you how to make a super quick and easy fun fold card for the holidays to get your Christmas cards done in hardly any time at all using Designer Series paper. Now, I made a similar card to the one I'm showing you today not too long ago. It's a little bit different, but I love this one. And the one I'm making today, I got the idea from Karen Titus, who is another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I adapted it a little bit because I always do. That is just my style. But that's where I got my inspiration. So let's set this aside for now. And so the first thing I want to do is talk to you about our new scrapbooking kits. I know not everybody is a scrapbooker, and I don't expect you to be, so be aware of that. I'm not saying become a scrapbooker just because we have kits. But I am going to show you what's in our kits so you have an idea of what you can get and you can utilize for making cards also. So this is our Halloween Memories scrapbook kit. It is $28, and it makes a full 6 scrapbook pages. So it makes 3 different 2-page 12 by 12 layouts. Now, scrapbookers are creative just like card makers are. So you do not have to follow these layouts perfectly. The first thing I want to show you is that these kits come in these great big, huge Ziploc bags, which make me so happy because I always have use for those. So that is pretty awesome. I'm going to take out the pieces here. Now realize I did make 1 page already, so I'm going to show you that in a bit. But I want to kind of show you what comes in the kit because I didn't really know until I got it how the kit would be. I am not a huge scrapbooker. Years ago I did, and I haven't for a while, but I am planning to finish my scrapbooks for all of my grandkids now that we have this again. So this is the Halloween Memories. It comes with a full color little instruction packet. It, like I said, will make all 6 of these pages. So 3 2-page layouts just from the products that are in here, and you will have stuff left over, which is so cool. On the pages, it'll tell you exactly how to cut up the papers, and they will be numbered by which card they're with. So if they have a 1 in the front, you know it's going to go with the 1 layout. If it has a 2, it's going to go with the 2 layout. If it has a 3, I know there's 3s right here, it's going to go with the 3 layout. So as you cut those apart, it's really easy to make 3 piles and just sort them by the layouts they're going to go with. I loved that when I was doing this. And then as you go on, then it will start giving you instructions on how to put these pages together. And again, you can change them up any way you like. You do not need to do them like the instructions. Just like with paper pumpkin kits or any other kit, feel free to put your own little take on them. But what a great jumping off point for your scrapbooks. So I'm going to show you a couple things in this kit. It does come with several cards, and these have a special name that I can currently not think of. I'm not sure what they're called. I do know they have a special name. These were a close to my heart. Close to my heart? Yep, I think that was it. These were little place markers that they had that you can put on your scrapbook page as you're making it to hold that spot so you know where your picture is going to go. So there's a ton of those in here, tons of different sizes. If you don't use those for some reason or don't want to use those, they are white cardstock. So you can use the back of them for stamping, which is very cool. So I'm going to set those aside. And then, as always, in all of my 12 by 12s, I keep a small little envelope, and that's where I stick in all of my smaller scraps as I cut them. It just kind of keeps them together for me and not just laying loose in my big envelope. And then these kits come with beautiful 2-sided designer series paper. This is one, this is one, look at that. And there's a third one in here, right here, this one. And it's got the beautiful orange polka dots on the back. So you get designer series paper in every kit that you could use for scrapbooking or card making. It also comes with so many pieces here. So let me set this aside for a second. Comes with actual pages for your scrapbook. So these are the base pages for your scrapbook layouts, okay? And then this is another one of those DSPs. I'm going to move that aside. And then it comes with cardstock. Lots of it. Lots of cardstock. I know I won't use all of this on my scrapbook pages, so I'm going to have lots of it in beautiful colors left over to play with. And here's a couple that I cut down already. Now, one thing about these cardstocks, they're a little lighter weight than our cardstock, but they're a little heavier duty than our designer series paper. So they're kind of right between those. Maybe more like some of our specialty designer series papers. They are firm enough that you could make a card with them and it would stand up and hold up. But they're more for layering and scrapbooking. Because they're lighter weight, they're great on your cards because they don't make them as bulky and they'll go through the mail easier and it'll keep your costs down. So win-win. But all of these cardstocks from our kits are part of a new line of two-tone cardstock. So I'm going to hold one of these. Let's see if I can get this by here. I'm going to pull out this one. So this is our Gorgeous Grape. And you can see on this side, it's the dark Gorgeous Grape, just like the one underneath. But if you flip it over, it's a lighter version of Gorgeous Grape. So every piece of this gives you two different colors to work with that coordinate because they're just lighter versions of each other. Same with all of them. So let me just real quickly show you so you can see what I'm talking about. Here is the black, and here is the lighter, like a deep, deep gray that coordinates with it, but that's actually black on the other side. Orange, this is our pumpkin, and there's the 2 shades of that you get. And then Granny Apple Green, and there's the 2 shades of that. I love this. Oh, there's one more. What one is this? Pool Party, maybe? Must be. And there's the 2 shades of that. What a great idea, because now you have 2 tones of that same color to use for your card making or scrapbooking, just depending on one side or the other for your cards. So I love it so much. I'm really, really happy about this. I think it's going to be super fun to play with. And then in each kit, oh, there's some white cardstock also. White is just white, so it doesn't have 2 tones. I'm going to move that out of the way. But then you also get sticker sheets. And these are used on the scrapbook pages. And as you go through the instructions, it'll tell you which ones to use where, which is very cool. So let me show you the page I already made. And bear with me because it is not totally put together, and I'll explain that as I show it to you. But this is the first one I made because I know I will use a scrapbook page for my grandkids for Halloween. Now, these are stickers. And I did not want them to stick completely down yet because I am going to add pictures under here. So I used pieces from my glue dots. This is the leftover shiny paper after you pull your glue dots off. And I am just sticking them under anywhere where the picture is going to go later. So ignore these little pieces in here. They're just holding places so my stickers don't stick. Here's a sample of those little placeholders for your pictures. Now I can see if you were doing this in a class, that would be really good because people could see that's a 4x4 picture that's going to go there. For myself, I do not think I will just be using them. I think I'll just pull them off and not use them for this part, put them back on, maybe never, and maybe just use the white cardstock part. But I haven't played with it enough to know if that's for sure or not. But look how cute that is. If you can ignore my little plasticky things, look how cute that page is. Like I said, I'm not a scrapbooker, but I put this page together from going through the entire kit, looking at all the instructions, doing the cutting, and put the page together. It was less than a half hour, and I think it's so adorable. Now at this point, I could do what I wanted. I could add some gems if I wanted for color. I could add some ribbons. I could do other things on here to step it up, but I wanted to show you exactly how the page would be if you just purchased the kit. And remember, for what did I say, $28, you are getting enough for 6 scrapbook pages. So I would encourage you, if you think you would love to scrapbook, to grab these kits, because I think they're a wonderful way to get you going on that. But I would also encourage you, if you think you don't want to scrapbook, to get these kits and see what you can make for cards. And like I said, I'm not going to do all the scrapbook pages, so hopefully next time when we come on, I'll be able to show you some cards I did with this kit. All right, that's my plug for our new scrapbook kits. There is a Halloween one, there is a fall Thanksgiving type one, and there is a Christmas one out there, and they are all beautiful. This is the least expensive one. The other ones cost a little more, but they also have more for embellishments and stuff in them, and I will show you another one soon, I promise. Okay, let's get on to Funful Friday. So, as I told you, this is a similar card to one we've made before, so it is not completely different, so don't be shocked by that. But we are going to be using the reindeer paper that I was telling you about because it is so pretty. So let me tell you what you're going to need for this card. It is a super quick fun fold, but stick around because I have some more to show you. What you're going to need to make this card is a layer, a base layer that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Just single layer, not a folded over card, okay? You're going to need an inside piece Unless your base, no, you're going to need an inside piece no matter what. I take that back. You're going to need an inside piece that is 3 3/4 by 4 inches. You're going to need a strip of designer series paper that is 4 inches by 11. Now there's other measurements out there from other demonstrators, including Karen, who I got this idea from. Her measurements are a little different, but this is what I came up with for mine. So it's 4 inches by 11 inches, so you can get 3 of them off of a piece of designer series paper, and then you're cutting off that last inch that you can keep for other projects. So that'll be great. Couple things on this. You want to be sure you have a design that is at least on one side kind of scattered. So on the front of your card, you can make your design go the correct direction. But on the inside, you also want to be sure that it looks right, or that it's one of these designs that doesn't matter. So that's important when you're looking at your paper. Just be sure at least one side is forgiving, or that both sides, the designs go the same direction. That'll work too. Okay, so that's something to think about. Once you have your piece of designer series paper, you're going to score it. And the way I scored it is I scored it on the side that is going to the inside of my card. So not this outside. I had the inside of my card up, and I scored it at 1.5 inches, and again at 5 3/4, because you want to make sure you're doing it that way so that your design goes the way you want it to. If I had scored it at 1.5 here, I'm not sure that would have worked. No, because for this to fold back, this would have been upside down. So just make sure your pattern is going the right way. Flip it over and score it at 1.5, and again at 5 3/4 to get your piece for the front of this card. And I think you're going to need a scrap for whatever sentiment type thing you're doing. And I think that's it. That's all the pieces. So you can see there is not a lot to this. You could mass produce these super quickly. So let's play with this and start to put it together. I'm just going to take my real red base, that again is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is the way this paper is going to be added to this, so that all of my cute little reindeers show here, and that this piece flips back and exposes that same design underneath. So where I want my adhesive to go is on the back side of this entire layer. So let's grab our seal, and I'm just going to put some seal around the edge. I'm going to go pretty much around the edge on this one, the whole thing, because this is laying down to the base. So I want it adhered very well. Then you're going to center that onto your card front, just like that. So that gives your card the stability. But then basically your card is done. I mean, this designer series paper is doing all the work for you. So if you have Christmas or holiday designer series paper, this is the perfect way to use it up. Now this is 12 by 12, but I'm going to show you in a minute how you could do the same thing if you have 6 by 6 designer series paper. It'll look pretty much the same. It just has a little bit different tweak on it. So hang on till the end and I'll show you that. But I love this. It's a great way to use up your designer series paper. It showcases the paper on both sides. It's quick and easy for the holidays. And even if you don't want to use your current paper, because I know sometimes we hoard our current paper, go back in your stash and see if you have old paper back there you can use, and use that up on your holiday cards for this year. So that's my tip for that. Okay, so that is my whole card base. Now we're going to take our inside piece, and this inside piece is going to go, if I can get it in here, like this. It's going to go right on the inside like this. So when this closes up, it covers it completely. And this piece is 4 inches wide by 3 3/4 inches tall. So you want to make sure you're putting it the right way. If I turned it the other way, you'll see it covers the paper top to bottom. That's not what I want. I want to be able to have a little border around these 3 sides over here on my paper. So when you're laying it there, that'll be your hint. And we're going to grab the sentiment that says, may all your days be full of cheer. Now the sentiments I'm using are from the Reindeer Fun set right here. And I'm also going to be using this holly here in a minute. So cute, cute things in this set, including the sentiments, which I love. May all your days be full of cheer. And we're going to stamp that. What did I decide I was stamping that with? Let me look at the front of my card and see what I want to do. I think I'm going to stamp that in green. I don't know why, but I just think I'm going to. So we're going to choose Garden Green because that is in the Designer Series paper I'm using. I'm going to ink up May All Your Days Be Full of Cheer. And I'm going to tip it upside down and stamp this toward the top here upside down. And you've seen me do this before. It just allows me to get it really straight because I can see this edge. If it's the other way, it's farther away from me. So I stamp my sentiments inside, upside down a lot. And when you turn it around, look at that. There it is. And then we're going to stamp some holly. So I have a little bit of holly down in this corner, because there is holly obviously on this card and I liked that. And I think since we have our green out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp our outside sentiment. So which one is that? Merry Christmas. We'll also do that in green because I try to stamp my sentiments all in the same color, mainly so I don't get confused. Yeah, you know. And we're going to just stamp this down onto a piece of, you know, I think it needs a little more ink. Hang on. Okay, onto a scrap piece of basic white. Just like that. And then let's do our envelope also at the same time. So we'll do our Merry Christmas. And our holly. Right above it, just like that. And then I'm going to get rid of my green for now. I think we're done with it. I don't think I need it again, but it's close by if we do. I'm going to grab my real red. And let's add our holly berries to this card. So I'm not sure if there's a right or wrong way they should go on here. But whatever it is, I'm probably not doing it. I'm just going to stamp them right there in the middle of my holly. That little bit of red, which I love. Just that little pop of red on there. Do the same thing on this one. And again, since I don't know what I'm doing, there might be a right and wrong way. I'm not sure how holly berries should go, but to me that looks just fine. So that's what we're going with. And I think that's all the red we need. So let's get rid of that one also. Okay. Let's cut out our inside sentiment, our outside sentiment. I'm gonna grab my little cut and emboss machine right here. And we're gonna use our plates. And I use scraps for this, so they are usually small enough that they go through this mini cut and emboss just fine. I'm going to center that on there with my die. Hopefully it's pretty straight. And run it through. Oh, it's raining harder out now. We had a little lull earlier and I thought, oh, maybe it'll quiet down, but it's raining a bit harder. I'm sure we're going to get several more inches before this storm is done. So I'm just peeling off my washi tape from my sentiment. There is our outside sentiment for this card. Hope you guys are having a great day. Are you in the Christmas mood yet? I've got a lot of Christmas cards done, but boy, I've got a lot more to make. So this is a fast and easy design. I think I will be doing quite a few of these. So we're going to come in here and place this on the inside of our card. And this is the place where you can obviously write your little note to your friends and family and let them know how you're doing. It's not so big that you have to write a ton. And if you wanted to write more, you could always include a little letter. So that works out great too. I'm trying to, didn't do that very well. Trying to center this top to bottom. and leave a little bit of border here on the side. So look how that pulls it together with that little bit of holly on there. I love that look. Super simple. Okay, here's the front of our card. We're now going to add our sentiment, our Merry Christmas, and I'm going to add that right onto the front. Now the cool thing about this is with your sentiment, on the card I saw, she did all of her sentiments over here, just on this flap going to the left. I kind of like the idea of having it come over to the side here. You could place it at the top if you had a better design down here, or at the bottom if you had a better design up here. But this one I think lends itself to it going right in the middle, and most of them probably will. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to flip this over, put this die cut right where I want it to go. So I want it to end over here, gives me the idea. And then I'm going to put my seal just on the back, on the part that's going to be on that flap, because that's the only place I want my adhesive to be. Come in here, lay that down. And when you do that by flipping it over, now it's exactly where I want it to be. There's no adhesive where I don't want it to be. And now you can see when this card opens up, it opens up just like that. Oh, so cute. Okay, so let's finish this off with a few embellishments. I think I'm going to put a twine bow. So this is our Real Red and White Baker's Twine, which is part of that Reindeer Fun suite of products. And we're just going to tie a bow using the Baker's Twine. And I love that little hint of red in there, kind of candy cane striped, which is pretty cool. Goes great with this paper because there's lots of red in this paper. So that is awesome. And now let's see how long I want those tails coming down. We're going to put it right over here. So they're pretty close. Trim off just a little bit. And I found my ribbon cutting scissors. They were actually in the side pocket of my cart, which I don't know why. I stuck them there when I was cleaning up, but I did, and it took me all this time, like 3 weeks since my craft fair, but I finally found them. I knew I had to have brought them home. I couldn't believe I could have left them there. That would have just not been like me at all. So we're going to add this little bow right here. Just going to use a tiny little dot of Tombow down here in this corner. Remember, you do not need very much when you're adding Tombow. A little is a lot because it sticks very well. And I'm going to add that. So my knot is right on top of that dot of glue. And I'm going to put a block on there to hold it for a few seconds. So we're also going to add some gems. And you can see I pre-colored some of these gems using my blends. Now, my Real Red, let me make sure I'm right on that. Yeah, my Real Red blend is pretty dry. So instead of using Real Red, even though that is what's on here, I used my Cherry Cobbler, and I think it's going to be fine. Once we put that on there, I don't think you're going to see a huge difference because it's just on the gems, so it's already not a perfect match just because of the nature of being on gems. So I think we're good with this. Let me grab my Take Your Pick tool, and we're going to add a few of these gems. So I have one large one up here. I think I'm going to place that one like right down here. And then we'll grab a couple of these smaller ones. Let's see, I think we'll go here. And with the third one, I think I'm just going to put it right there. All right, so now this card has some bling to it, and it is done. Look at this. How cute is that? I would love a card like this. The really cool thing about this is it will still stand up for you to display, which I really love. I clip all of mine for display in clips and hang them up. But if you're trying to stand it on a mantle somewhere, it is still going to stand up, which is very cool. Now, the other thing you could do is you could make this into a vertical card, the same exact way, have your focal point here, and when you pull down, it would open up like this. You would just need to change your sentiment direction. But the problem with that is it's not going to stand up on your table. It would if you opened, nope, it still won't. It's just not going to stand up. So I like the horizontal for this, but you could go vertical. You could, and it would be kind of cool too. Okay, so that's the card I'm giving away, guys. Don't leave me yet, because I have a couple more to show you here, a little more stuff, including how to transform a 6x6 piece of designer series paper into a card like this. So this is the one I'm giving away. I made my prototype with paper from the same designer series paper. It just changed up the colors a bit and the paper piece that I'm using. So for this one, it says Merry Christmas with the Jingle Bells. And I use this piece that has the Jingle Bells on the back. I coordinated it with some other color of paper that I cannot remember. But it's pretty. Coastal Cabana. With some Coastal Cabana paper, because you know I like the red and the blues together. I think they're so cool. And this is a kind of a pool party color, which coordinates really well with Coastal Cabana. Same exact card, otherwise, open it up, and then that's how it is on the inside. So I loved that design too. That was, like I said, my prototype. This is the one I'm giving away today. But I said I would teach you or show you how to do the same thing if you have 6x6 designer series paper. I did just send out all of my designer series paper shares to everyone who had ordered, so thank you so much for your support in that. That you should be getting them soon in the mail, but they're all going to be 6x6. So I wanted to show you how you could adapt. So for this card, I used a piece of designer series paper. Now this paper here with the little houses on is from the Snowy Scenes designer series paper. And you wouldn't know it from looking at the front, but as you go in here, there are pages that have the little houses in here somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the right paper. Yep, the last one, of course, this one right here. But I had cut them down, some of them down to 6x6 for my share. So I used one of those for this card. Looking at it from the front, you wouldn't know it's any different than the 12x12. To me, they look exactly alike, although I changed out what I used on it, obviously. And just while I'm sharing that for a bit, I'll show you a couple other products I used in here. For this card, I used the Stylish Shapes dies right here, and that's how I cut out my sentiment on there. For this card, I used the Modern Oval Punch for my sentiment, and I cut it out once in white that I stamped on and once in Poppy Parade that I cut in half then and layered on the back for my back of my card. Now, it does show on the back here, but I wasn't too worried about it. For one thing, it's just kind of candy striped, red and white anyway. But when you open this card up, it usually folds open like that, so you're not looking at that back of it. So I didn't mind that at all. So that's how I did this sentiment. For my little hearts on here, I used the Humble Home Punch. So they have these cute little hearts you can cut out, and I thought that would be perfect on here, from Our House to Yours. In the actual Humble Home stamp set is where I got that sentiment, from Our House to Yours, as well as the heart that I put on the envelope and the Merry Christmas. So there is great things in this bundle also, guys. Don't overlook it. I can't wait to play more with that. And then for my ribbon, I used, let me grab these, the Petal Pink and White 1/4 inch diagonal trim combo pack. This is out of the annual catalog, and I just used the white ribbon and I colored it using the dark Poppy Parade blends, and you can see on here how I started to color it. Now, one thing I will tell you about this is that when I color most ribbons with my blends, I only have to color it on one side because it soaks through so well. But on this particular ribbon, it has these diagonal lines kind of sewn into there. And because of that, you can see it doesn't seep through quite as completely on the back. So you probably will have to go over the back side real quickly too of your ribbon, but it is fast and easy to do, and I was able to come up with a little bow that coordinates perfectly with my card. I just love being able to do that. That is such a great tip to color your gems and your little ribbons to make them match your card. Okay, so let me tell you how I did this one. Instead of using that one long strip of Designer Series paper, I took a piece that was 4 inches high by 6 inches long, okay? And then, let me see if I can get this right. I cut off 1 inch of that paper because it has the candy canes on back. So now I ended up with 4 inches by 5 inches for this section, because that 1 inch is going to be placed right here. So I cut off 1 inch. In fact, let me just do one. That might make this easier for everyone to see. I think I can do this pretty quickly, so bear with me. Trying to explain it after the fact can be hard and hard to see. So what I did is I cut off, make sure I have a pattern. I think this one goes any direction, doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to cut off 4 inches, and this starting out 6 by 6. So now I have a 6 inch by 4 inch piece of Designer Series paper, and I'm going to, I want to make sure, maybe I didn't cut that strip off there. Never mind, I totally lied to you. See, I'm glad I'm doing it because now you'll see. So it's 4 inches by 6 inches. Let's just get our act together, Maureen. And I am going to score that at, it was so easy when I did it in my brain, but now my brain is failing me. I'm going to score that at 1 1/4. Yeah, I didn't cut that inch off of here, so I lied to you about that part. 1 1/4, and then I'm going to score it again at, I'm going to come up here to the top so I can see it, the measurement better, at 5 1/2. 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and I will post these measurements so you have them. Okay, 1 1/4, 5 1/2. We've got this. We can do this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold over that little 1/2 inch flap, just like that, and you're going to adhere it to your card base. You have a card base that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You're just going to adhere it down right there, okay? And then you're going to put it down on your card and fold that other piece back. So this is going to become just like that, adhered down, that piece is back. I then took my scrap and cut it so that I had a 1 inch by 4 inch piece, because you have this scrap left over, and that's what would go right over here. So that's this piece right here. And then I took my same inside piece, that is 3 3/4 by 4, and just placed it so it was over this section on the left, and just leaving that little bit of border, so almost up to the seam. That way when I close it, it still gets covered up. So I think that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you. I should have put one together to put together with you, but I didn't. But it's basically just using that 4 by 6, scoring it again at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2, folding that little flap over. So instead of laying that full piece of paper across, you're going to fold it over, glue it down right over the edge there. This piece is going to go right on top of it. This is going to come over like this and fold back like this, and then you're going to add your 1 inch strip to the side. And it works, guys, and it's pretty fast. Honestly, it's really no harder than the other. You're starting out with basically the same pieces. The base is the same. The inside piece is the same. This is just cut and layered down a little bit different, and then you're cutting your 1 inch strip from your scrap. So I hope that wasn't too confusing. Maybe I will make one quickly next time if I think of it when I come on, just to show you how that worked. But I love these cards. Like I said, a bunch of you might be getting them from me. This is a bunch of my Christmas cards this year. I think they are fast, easy, adorable, and I can't wait to put them all together. So I hope you like them too. All right, guys, just a reminder, this is the card I am giving away. Opens up just like this. Uses the Reindeer Fun paper. I think it's Reindeer Fun. Love it, love it, love it so much. Reindeer Days is the paper. Reindeer Fun is the stamp set. Quick and easy to come together. I am so happy you took some time out of your day to be with me today. I hope you liked this card and some of the other scrapbook items I showed. I would love to have your business if you're looking for any Stampin' Up! Products or just a creative person to help you jumpstart your creativity. Don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win today's card. You have till tomorrow night to be entered to win. So I'd love to hear from you. And as always, I would love to be your creative coach and demonstrator. If you have any questions at all, if you need a catalog, if you want to know about our products, please reach out to me either in the comment of this video or by email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. I do plan to be here next Tuesday with another creative project for you, so I hope you will plan to join me same time, same place. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Stay safe, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.